Hey everybody, welcome back to the AD&D second edition channel here. I've got some pretty interesting pickups, I think, all around. We're starting to move away, not move away, I shouldn't really say that. We're starting to branch out a little bit here out of the second edition part of things, but I will definitely be focusing on that. You know, I really like my second edition, but there are other things out there in the world that, you know, we can get a little bit of a grasp on. But anyways, I was out thrifting earlier today and I found this. Like, this is not some amazing score or anything like that, but I don't have a lot of board games around my house, and I thought for the price, why not? You know, I'm out in the store anyways and gotta justify my means. So I ended up finding this right here, which was a bunch of six-sided dice. It was just 50 cents and it came with a bunch of football cards in the same bag, you know, thrift store kind of stuff. So, I mean, not totally anything stellar or anything amazing, but it's always good to have a bunch of six-siders, and that's what this Crown Royal bag here is going to be for, a little Toronto Maple Leaf Crown Royal bag. Good luck tonight. Leafs taking on the Bruins. We'll see how that turns out for the playoffs here, but that's going to go into that D6 bag right there. Speaking of dice, I also found a board game, and I'm sort of grabbing them out here right now. You can hear them clinking around. I found a board game which was like a Hasbro one, which I will show a picture of right now. So that Yahtzee game that I was showing you there has a bunch of different dice in it. Now it's missing one of them, but the thing with these D6s is they're very interesting, and I haven't really seen anybody pick these up before, and I really like the styling on them, so I thought I would grab it. I think the box was like $3 or whatever, and I ended up just like donating the rest of it back after I took the dice out of it. But basically, there's one missing here, but there's like 20 D6s in there, so I thought that was a pretty good deal, I mean, all around. But if you take a look at these dice, they're very interesting. Like, they have this sort of really strange kind of curve to them on all the sides. So, like, really neat right there. Maybe if I grab one of the solid colored ones, you can kind of see it. But, like, it's indented on the sides there. And I thought that was really cool. So I decided to splurge on it, spend a few bucks, get some interesting D6s. But again, missing one of them. There's 19 of them there. I think 19 of them for $3, not too bad. I mean, it comes out to like 15 cents or something each. Not too bad, but again, that's going to go into this D6 bag right here. So lots of D6s I've added. I didn't really have like a ton of extras, and the dice collection is growing, that's for sure. Moving on, I also picked this up, which is kind of like out of its box now because I was sort of playing around with it. But I basically picked up this set of third hands here, which I'm going to use for a variety of things, not just my you know, D&D stuff, but also I'll be using this for my video game repairs and things like that when I have to work on boards or anything like that I might need to do some soldering or whatever. But I can also use this for minis, and I mean, this was super cheap. I think it was like $7 off of like AliExpress or whatever, and it likes to move around a little bit, so you really have to tighten it down and like figure out your settings on it. But once I get used to using this, I think this is going to be a great asset when I get a space for, you know, working on minis. I think the set of third hands really going to come in handy. Speaking of that, talking about minis, these minis are not D&D minis by any stretch of the imagination, but they are interesting, and I think part of this and my adventure here is going to be learning how to paint. So I thought maybe I could strip these down, rebase them, and, you know, try to work with them, basically turn them into D&D minis. I thought it would be kind of fun to do that. But what it is this Hero Clicks here I found at the thrift shop, and that one there was $2, which even for that is a pretty good deal. I think it goes for like 10 maybe online, but you can see like pretty cool figures right in there. I don't know how well that's turning out, but I think you could definitely modify these and turn them into D&D characters. I mean, specifically like Mole Man here. I mean, how could you not like that? When I saw another Hero Clicks pack they had there, but I really couldn't see the potential of that. But I mean, look at this, like off of, you know, this guy right here. You can see like the flames and everything coming off of him. So, I mean, how amazing is that? You know, strip him down and kind of get rid of the Fantastic Four looking thing, and you could definitely turn that into some kind of cool mini that would be D&D related. And then you got the thing here, and you could, you know, try to get this, whatever, the hot dog cart or whatever out of his hands. But you could also, you know, take that out of there, probably put a boulder or something in there, do a little repaint job, and you got yourself a nice little like earth elemental or something to that effect. So I thought those were kind of D&D related when I eyeballed them, and for $2 I couldn't turn it down. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to sell them elsewhere kind of thing. But that's pretty cool right there. But the final thing is really the reason for making this video, to show you all this stuff, not, you know, cheap dice or whatever that I picked up. And it is this here, and this is a Amazon box, which I'm not even able to fit, I think, in the whole frame here. Alright, so that's a little bit better, but here's what I picked up from Amazon. This is a pretty good deal. I mean, it was discounted. I don't think it's the greatest deal on the planet, but still I wanted to get these in my collection. The reason why, and the primary reason why, is I'm thinking, although I'm contemplating it, because I'm a school teacher by trade, I was thinking of bringing D&D to my school. And I thought it would be really great to start with a small group of kids, basically train them up how to play the game, hopefully turn them into DMs, and by the time they, you know, they reach grade 8, they'd be able to DM sessions for the younger kids in the school. And I mean, that's a pretty ambitious goal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve that, but this would be the first step of being able to do that. And not to mention, this would be part of my collection and me understanding things. But basically I ordered 3 items here from Amazon. Hopefully they're all in this box. I think they were all bought from Amazon. I don't think there was like any, you know, additional kind of third party for this. If there is, then that stuff will be coming later, and I won't publish this video until I get that. So let me just get in there. That wasn't actually a knife, so it took me a little bit extra to do that. But here we go, face down. You probably already recognize it, and that is the official D&D Player's Handbook for 5th edition. Very nice finish on that. Beautiful to have that in the collection, obviously. And obviously I'm getting into 5th edition here. I saw my buddy Reroll Dice, Stu on Reroll Dice. He started getting into this, and of course I had to you know, jump on board here. And then that idea of working with the school with this, you know, got me interested in 5th edition. So I'm going to be checking it out, and I've heard nothing but great things about 5th edition. So here we go. The second book that I got here was the Dungeon Master Guide, and I am planning on getting the Monster Manual for the future, but I did not end up getting that. Instead I got this because I thought this was a better way of doing it. And now this Dungeon Master Guide and the Player's Handbook, those are great resources, and really those are essentially for me. But I think the thing that really matters here is the D&D starter set, and I think that this one specifically is pretty interesting because it sort of takes a few things out of the standard game and kind of really like whittles it down to, like, again, a starter set, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And this one, you know, if you're not aware of it, and I'll probably do an unboxing of this later on, but if you're not aware of it, you know, this one here has like a more condensed like version of the rules. It also has pre-generated characters, so I mean that would be really good for a school setting, and 6 game dice. Well, it has a set of dice, but obviously I can just like AliExpress some dice like pretty easily for a couple bucks and get like a school set of them. So not a huge deal, but with that, and I think it comes with like just, you know, just all that kind of thing that basically gets you started. Comes with like the main thing is that pre-generated adventure. So what a great place to start, I think. And for me, not even knowing like 5th edition rules, it's going to take me some time, but of course I'm going to start this in September, so I'm going to do my research. I'm going to find out a lot more about this, and that's really the point of all of this. So if you check it out though, a really cool haul. I think this was under $100 for these 3 items. I think this one was about 16, and these were like 35 each or something to that effect. But it ended up coming out to somewhere in around there. I didn't go crazy and blow a bunch of cash on this. Honestly, all of this stuff was essentially like free if you take a look at it, because this was stuff that I found cheaply while thrifting. And then I sold on eBay, got some PayPal cash, and used it for this. So that's essentially how all of this worked out. So if you look at this, I probably paid like $10 for the whole thing in like real money cash. So you have to take a look at that kind of angle to it, and that's where I was coming from it. So that's everything that I got for you this time around. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.